Hello and what is up, guys? Vito here, back at it again with another video. Today we are in the city of Philly testing out this beautiful medium format camera, the Yashica Matte 124G. Now, yeah, this is a medium format and it does shoot on 6x6 film format. We are basically going to be taking this into the city and you guys are going to watch me just snap away at these photos. Now, one thing I did want to mention, I've had this camera for a couple months now, but I didn't go straight into actually making a video for it. I myself just wanted to test it out for myself. But yeah, let's just head on into the city and then, yeah, let's just get started. So yeah, we're about to, real quick, load 120 Portra, Kodak Portra 400. We're about to load a roll in here and then we're just gonna get started on shooting some photos for you guys. Bottom of this part, you just wanna turn it to the left, open it up real quick. Now, you can shoot on either 220 or 120. We're just gonna go with 120. 120 is 12 exposures, as you guys can see. And you can actually switch it to 24 exposures, but since we're shooting on 120 film, we're just gonna be using 12 exposures, which as you guys can see, you can actually change it either or. This, once you open it, it's usually right here. You just have to take the spool and put it at the top of the film camera. And this is kind of hard to actually put in sometimes, so give me a second here. After that, you're gonna open up your 400 Portra. We don't litter out here, so we're gonna put that right in our pocket. All right. Now you put this end right into the spool like so. The side. You crank this all the way to basically, when I didn't have the film in there, you can kind of see there's like a green part. You basically want it at the green. Not the 24 exposure, which is the red up top here, but the green that says 12 exposure, because we switched this to 12 exposures. And yeah, you're just waiting for the arrow right there, like so. Close it, turn it to its right till you can't turn it no more. And there's a number right here that basically indicates how many exposures you have left. So crank this and it's at 1. You put this back and you put it right into this little hole here, like so. And yeah, that's how you basically load the film into this camera. So yeah, now let's go and shoot. All right, so yeah, this is the first, stop to actually taking a photo here. So, and I kind of like this composition right here. Show them the composition. So I'm just gonna take a picture of this. So yeah, here goes to the first photo. And we're gonna count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Once you end up shooting it by pressing this button, you just crank it once, bring it back, and then we're basically on to the next. You feel me? Cool. Whenever I come into the city, I like to, make one of my first moves is Chinatown. Love the culture, and I just love Chinatown in general to actually just take photos. So we're probably just gonna head there right now. Let me see if I get this family walking through. I like the graffiti on the wall, and I like when people walk, past certain things, so we're just gonna give that a shot. Should be a beautiful shot though. Alright, it'll do. We're gonna try and see over here to go take pictures of these skateboarders. And I'm basically gonna use the last 2 exposures to basically shoot these skateboarders over there. So sometimes they be like iffy about stuff. Sometimes they'll let you shoot the photos, sometimes they don't. So hopefully they let us take these pictures. So dang, hopefully that was clean. Oh, this is my 12th one. Hello and what is up, guys? Hope you guys enjoyed the photos dealing with this beautiful gem, you know, this beautiful camera, the Yashica Matte 124G. And yeah, not to get it confused with, you know, the Reflex or the Yashica D, even though there are similarities with those other versions, but this was my very first time ever shooting on a 6x6 medium format, you know, camera such as this film camera. And you know, at first I didn't like the 6x6. I like a larger, much more vertical type of photos to even begin with, not that perfect square-like photos dealing with such a camera as this one. But I would have to say, you know, yeah, for sure the 6x6 medium format camera such as my Yashica very much so grew on me, and the photos that it produces very much so. Just overall, I'm very satisfied for sure, and I was not lying when I said this. This has to be like one of my favorite street cameras. So yeah, this is basically my street photography camera that I usually take out more than my Canon AE1, more than my Mamiya M645, but yeah, this is definitely a good street photography camera. This has to be like the best street film camera I could have possibly ever used, and I am recommending this camera to you. You know, the waist level viewfinder is something I love, like I really just enjoy, especially when it comes to street photography. You know, the waist level viewfinder, when you have it and you're doing street photography, people don't actually know if you are taking photos of them or if you're actually looking and adjusting your camera, which is why I love a waist level viewfinder, especially when it comes to street photography. But I do use the waist level viewfinder to also take portraits. I bought this camera back in the beginning of April, you know, and it's like June, like almost the middle of June now. So almost every week I just went out and actually used this camera and took as many photos as I possibly could have. But yeah, this camera, just a little bit about it, it does have 2 lenses on it. The thing I did want to mention, you know, dealing with the 2 lenses, is they are both 80mm lenses, 1 focal length. They call it the TLR, or twin lens reflex. And basically there's a lens that has the viewfinder, and then there's the lens that actually takes the actual picture. And yeah, this was actually the last TLR produced by Yashica themselves. So between 1970 and 1986, you know, they basically, this was the production dealing with the Yashica, but this was the very last TLR ever made by Yashica. So this is like one of my favorite things to actually do dealing with this camera. But on the sides right here, I guess you will just call them dials. So this right here on the left, well, yeah, my left. So this, let me just make sure. All right, so yeah, this is what adjusts the aperture, and then it tells you it on the top of the lens right here. Onto the right, my right, this basically adjusts the shutter speed. And out of everything on this camera, I felt like, for me, this was like actually the best, you know, feature on this camera. And that's like one thing I like about film cameras, because dealing with all the dials, the buttons, everything you have to adjust, especially, for example, like to be able to focus, it's on the side right here. But all these little things to actually capture picture,
I just like to do all that. I like how I have to do the most to actually take photos dealing with film cameras. And this film camera in itself, even though it's small, love every last minute of just going out into the city and actually capturing as many photos as I possibly can. But yeah, this is the Yashica Matte 124G, and yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely, you know, do your research on this. Highly recommending this, but definitely cop up on this, you feel me? But yeah, this is Vito once again signing off. I'm gonna catch you guys later.